Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Lark. Happy New Year. My book, first book of the year, is a book about a relationship between a brother and a sister. And our title is Me and the Boss. And it's written by Michelle Edwards and April Harrison. And they give a little title after the title, a subtitle, that says, A Story About Mending and Love. So let's see what it's all about. Maybe it'll be a little bit like your relationship with your brothers or sisters. Me and the Boss. I know big sisters. Zora, the boss, she's mine. I go wherever she goes, and we are always home before dark. Those are the rules. Hurry up, orders the boss, and we race all the way to the library. Inside the heavy wooden doors, I follow Zora, past the computers and the shelves of books, and into a room of big kids. The teacher tells us to call her Mrs. C. She gives everyone but me threads, also a needle with a big eye and a sharp point like a tiger's tooth. She thinks I am a baby, not old enough for a sharp tiger's tooth. Lee needs one, says Zora. Everyone listens to the boss. He looks small, but he's really 8. Am not even 7 yet. I sit tall. Mrs. C gives me my own stuff. Thank you, I say, before the boss tells me to, because I'm polite on my own. Mrs. C shows us how to sail our thread through the needle's eye like a little boat. She shows us how to slip our needle in and out and slide it out to make a stitch. She shows us how our stitches can make a picture. Then she gives us cloth squares so we can embroider too. Right away, my needle and my thread boat hit my finger and sting like a bee. Take your time, Lee. Mrs. C helps me stitch slow till others need help from her. Alone, I poke and jab, jab, and poke. The boss makes a fine flower. What's that? She points at mine. A half moon, I tell her. But Zora isn't really listening. She's busy stitching. I look at my jumble of threads. I am done. I reach into my pocket and there's a hole where my quartz rock used to be. I dig deeper and the hole gets bigger. Stop squirming, the boss orders. I need to finish my leaf. Outside the windows, the sky is not bright anymore. It's time to go. You take your work home like this. Mrs. C rolls a needle and thread inside a cloth. I do that and put mine in my good pocket. In the near dark, me and Zora are long shadows. We stick together. She walks fast and I walk fast too. I reach for her hand and she squeezes mine. At home, the boss shows off her flower. Pretty, Mom says. Wow, Dad says. Now they want to see what I made. It's a surprise, I say. I don't want them to see my mess. Not yet. Later in my room, I snuggle with Mom as she reads me to sleep. I keep my needle and threads and half moon hidden. In the deepest night, a screechy loud wakes me. I can't get back to sleep, so I turn on my little light, I dig out my cloth bundle and unroll it. Everything is still there, waiting for me. With my needle, I poke a stitch and snag my hurt finger. I quick brave another. That tiger's tooth, mean and sharp, catches me again. Take your time, Lee. I look at my hands. Slow down, I tell them, and after a few stitches, they start to listen. I make my needle a snake, slithering in and out and in. Slowly, my moon grows fuller and fuller and full. When I give my moon a smile, a little wheel turns inside my head, and I smile back. I'm not done yet. I grab my pants, flip them inside out, and find that hole in the pocket. I send my needle over and over it again and again, closing it tight. The pocket doesn't look perfect, but my finger can't poke through anymore. A mighty feeling roars through me and fills the night. I fold my pants over my desk chair. I roll my needle and threads in an old t-shirt and see it and my moon on top of my desk. Back in bed, I turn off the little light and sleep finds me. As soon as morning comes, I sneak into the boss's room while she is eating breakfast. I sew the ear back on Bess, her bear. Then I rush to the kitchen. Look, I say proudly. I wave my smiling moon at the boss. I show off my pocket. Then I hand her Bess. Zora looks. She checks all my stitches. She tugs on the bear's ear. It stays on. You! She wraps me and Bess in her special hug, and we share something that's bigger than my pocket, bigger than Bess's ear, maybe even bigger than me and Zora. When it's our time to go to the park, get ready, Zora orders. I fixed her bear, and she's back to being the boss. I grab my jacket, put my moon in my mended pocket, and follow her out the door. All right, boys and girls, I'd love to know what you think about the story. At the very end, they give directions on how to make Lee's smiling moon, how to do a little embroidery and stitching on cloth. I don't know, maybe some of you have done that. Maybe you have seen somebody do that. It's very creative work, so very, very interested to know if you've ever embroidered anything. And I'd love to know if this is the kind of relationship you have with your older brother or sister. Are they a little bossy? Do they like to tell you what to do? Or are you the older sibling and you like to tell your little brother or sister what to do? But deep down, even though you might be bossy, or even though your sister or brother might be bossy to you, there's a lot of love there. And that's what I think the message of the story is. Lots of love in our family. Have a great day, everyone, and welcome back.